the next installment in our program of going through all the models that Proton have launched in South Africa recently on their comeback to the country. Well, this is the middle brother of the SUV range, the X70. Not sure how they get their model names, but that's not important. Now, this fits into the medium SUV category. Very bold, very handsome looking vehicle. You have a look over here. Of course, you've got the skid plate down at the bottom over there, which is typical of SUVs. You've got daytime running lights, LED headlights. You've got all these sort of items that you would expect from a car of this sort and in this category, and it's all there for you. Come around to the side. Of course, as you would expect, cladding around the wheel arches and along the bottom of the vehicle to make quite sure that you have that SUV feel to it. And you've got very nice bold alloy wheels, dual color, as you expect. Again, 19 inches on this particular model, because this is the premium model in the X70 range, premium being the top model. Very important to note the TGDI badge over there, which means this is the direct injection turbo version of that 1.5 litre 3-cylinder petrol engine designed by Volvo. 130 kilowatts and 265 newton meters of torque, driving the front wheels through a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. Now let's take a look at the inside, and we're looking particularly at the rear for you for a change. The tan leather upholstery, well, that's a matter of taste. You like it, you don't like it, I can't comment, but interesting, you have got the black and tan contrast across the interior, which does look very good. Nice feature over here is you've got aircon vents for the rear seat and 2 USBs down over there as well. So that's pretty good. Legroom, you can see the driver's seat, passenger seat, quite similar. So they're both set over there. I'm happy with the legroom, and headroom is pretty good with my hat on, and especially allowing for the fact that this model comes with a panoramic roof. There is another little feature I want to show you, which is, you won't see it now because the camera is on this side, but on the inner side of the front passenger seat are auxiliary controls for the electric seat adjustment. So I suppose, let me do this just for the fun of it. Push it forward. Gee, it goes way forward. So if you're being chauffeur driven in this thing, you could really have a good lie down, couldn't you? Quite a nice feature. Obviously also useful if you've got little kids or something like that along the way. And it's things like that, little touches that obviously make big differences. Interesting treatment of the C-pillar over here. Notice the chrome strip all the way along and blacked out. Looks very, very neat all round, and I think that's what I want to keep stressing on this vehicle. Come around to the back, you've got a spoiler over the rear hatch. Press the button there. Opens on its own, which obviously is useful. Let's have a look underneath the boot board, and you'll see you've got a space saver spare wheel over there, but at least you do get a spare wheel, and that is always appreciated. Now, I'm not going to drop the seats that you know you can drop 2/3, 1/3, but let's have a look. We'll do it this way around today, and I'm not taking out the shelf. 1.5 Allen boot, I'd call it. Decent size for a family, 5-seater family SUV, enough luggage for you to go on holiday. And of course, press button to close. Looks neat at the back. You've got the skid plate effect again, but in black this time, which is unusual. So many cars in this sort of category have it in silver. But I think it looks pretty neat. That's all that you want. Let's see it on the road. Let's check it out inside.
My name is Michael Pashut, and I'm the proud owner of Change Cars and the host of the TV show All Things Motoring. But I'm even prouder today to say that I work with Alan Rosenmeyer from Motor Matters, better known as the man with a hat. If you're looking for the best reviews on all new vehicles, Motor Matters. If you're looking for the best deals on new or used cars, changecars.co.za, where every car is sold by a 5-star rated manufacturer approved dealer.
Starting off behind the wheel as we always do, and I'm sure you're used to from us, let's look at the instrumentation. Well, the most crucial is to tell you we've done 452 kilometers on this test, 7.7 liters per 100. I think that's pretty good. Now, we did a bit of a road trip to Hearties, freeway driving. This is a figure I think a lot of owners will achieve with this car. And that's what you want to know, isn't it? That's the whole crux of the matter, is what will it do in general usage in normal life. The instrumentation, of course, you scroll over here and you'll see you can get different figures, different facts. It's got a tire pressure monitor. I really appreciate that one. And all been good. You've got your cruise control over here, which is active cruise control as well, because this is the premium model. Don't forget that, and that's what always makes the difference as far as I'm concerned. You've got your very neat controls, your door handles, you've got all your controls on the door over there. It's all as you would expect, and especially in the premium version. Now, according to the research I've done, the X70 is probably the oldest model in the current Proton range, and the screen is so unusual. I think it's a bit old-fashioned, but I like the positioning of the screen. I like where it is in the dash instead of sitting up top over here. I really like it down there, but it does lack certain of the features you'd want and you're looking for with it. And remembering that obviously the Protons as well don't give you Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You've got to use an app. But anyway, that's a little thing. You come down below it, you can see you've got your aircon controls over here. It's dual zone. And then to your gear lever over here. 7-speed dual clutch. Nice. You've got eco and sport settings over there. I put it into sport a few times just for the fun of it. It definitely gives you that extra little boot up the rear end, and you can feel it. It'll obviously hold the ratios. You've got a hill descent control as well, electronic parking brake. Those are all really useful features, and I do like them. You've got to come in here to get a USB and 12 volt for the front though. But as I said, considering the fact that it doesn't link to Android Auto, that wasn't really an issue to me. Also quite unusual is this dual on both sides grab handle kind of concept. And I must tell you that at certain times I found the one on the driver's side a tiny bit in my way. I know a lot of cars only put them on the passenger side, and perhaps that's a more useful way of doing it. But it's a little point, but just something I noticed. I do like the angle of the whole console and gear lever. And then down here on both sides, you've got a USB on either side with a slot over here, which has got a rubberized effect, but it's too small for a cell phone. So a little bit confusing as to how that fits in and what it's for, etc., etc. You have a look at the fascia. You've got the sort of leather effect over here with stitching, and then the brushed aluminium effect there and around the gear lever. It all comes together nicely and looks neat and looks good. I mentioned the tan leather seats. Well, you either love them or hate them. And then, sorry, just coming back to the screen again, I forgot to show you on premium, you do get the overhead camera, which is nice to have as well. So it has got the upgraded camera system. I keep repeating, this is the premium model. Now, as with the others in the Proton range, you get 4 models. You get the entry version, which they refer to as the standard. You get executive, and you get an executive all-wheel drive in the X70. I didn't know about that one. And then you get the premium. My opinion here, if it was me and if it was my money, I would go for either the standard or the premium and not one of the in-between models. The reason for the premium for me, you know me, safety, safety, and safety. And you've got the active cruise control. I didn't mention it, but you know you've got the full ADAS safety systems, all the warnings, all the bells, all the bongs, all the whatevers you want for safety, whether it's lane keep, whether it's blind spot, etc., etc. Now, I would always want those. So if I was going to spend more than the base price, I would jump straight to the top model. So you've got to decide on that. Talking, let's see. Well, 529,900 for the standard, or 639,900 as we're in this one right now. It's a nice sized vehicle. It's got lots of space for a family. It's certainly that much bigger than the X50. But I've got to say that I looked and I thought quite a lot about this, about Proton's pricing. And I'm not criticizing Proton in any way whatsoever. But when I look at the X50, which has got that sort of fun, funky, young factor, and the premium on that one is, let's get this right for you, 580 as opposed to 640, so 60,000 Rand. Or you can get the X90 in flagship for 680. Now that's 40,000 more than this one. What you're getting is you're getting an even bigger vehicle. You're getting 7 seats, but most important in my book is you're getting that mild hybrid. So you're getting the newer technology, the latest technology from Proton. You're getting the benefits of the mild hybrid with fuel economy, with a few other things that come with it. And you're even getting the extra seats if you need them, but the much bigger boot, which would always be a boon if it's a family vehicle. But those are choices you want to make. I certainly can see a case for the X70 as the medium SUV in the range. And I think it comes down to drive them all and decide for yourself. Drive a few of the competitors, decide for yourself. You get a 5-year, 150,000 kilometer warranty with the Protons, so they're prepared to put their money where their mouth is in backing their product. Service plans are excluded and are available, obviously add to the price. You have to choose. But I've got to say, I really have enjoyed this. I found personally that in some ways I enjoyed the slightly more laid back, relaxed feel of the X70 to the X50. But again, that's you and how you feel and your personal tastes. They're all actually really pleasant to drive and to live with. For Motor Matters, I'm Alan R. See you next time.